So I understand like going through the CRO and that's your first point of reference, but I'm curious if you're seeing product marketing teams really latch onto it.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually mentioned it because within marketing, product marketing absolutely is like a core function that we've seen real appetite for this, right? Naturally, for us, they're not necessarily the decision maker or buyer of this solution, but they are absolutely advocates for using this tool. Because if you look at how businesses are solving for this at the moment, whether you are a product marketer, whether you are someone from the product team, whether you're in general marketing, to understand what's happening, you have to go and listen back to calls individually. Let's say an average demo or conversation with a customer is 40 minutes to 60 minutes at a time. And that's one call with one person at one company. So how can you get that at scale? It's not scalable, right? And that's the reason there's a big disconnect. The other approach is, right, you get in a room with salespeople once a week. There's always that. I've been through this myself. There's always that resistance. I'm busy speaking to customers, haven't got the time. And even when I get in a room with marketing, I'm giving my perspective, my bias, right? We've all got cognitive bias, right? I'm giving my perspective. What does my pipeline care about? Not the greater view on our customer base. So there's inefficiencies, but people are trying to solve for it. But like I said, no, nothing's actually automating this at scale and enabling businesses to get that true alignment. And that's where I think Lerno really fits in.
Yeah, we just did an updated ICP, right? And we had to spend months collecting feedback, listening to gong calls, doing customer surveys. And it's like the customers have already given you the information. Like, it's there. It's just how do you aggregate it? It seems like you have to be integrated or connect a lot of tools to have Lerno start to process everything. I'm kind of curious about like what does that onboarding process look like with Lerno and how quickly does it start spinning things out and whatnot?
Yeah, so this is a really good point. There's two ways we're addressing this. At the moment, as of today, the way we built this in is that we can plug into your existing tech stack. So whether it's communication tool, if you are using a GOM or you're just using your Zoom call, VoIP system, whether you've got Gmail, the Zendesk, your CRM, Lerner has the ability to plug in and start ingesting what we call first party data. So data is already captured. In addition to that, we're capturing zero party data. So that's what's being told to your sales or CS reps in real time, right? That's as valuable. Like, how can we then combine that with your first party? And then we also have the ability to connect to business intelligence tools. So there's third party data, account information, stakeholder information, we can pull that in as well. And then have that kind of combined view to help with our analysis. So yeah, in terms of integrations, we've designed it to be able
Be
to,
flexible.
yeah, it has to be flexible. And that's something we're going to continue to work on. We can't, today we have the ability because we're agile to customize it for customers. We have pre-step integrations built in, but we do have the ability to expand it. And that's something we're doing, part of our focus moving forward. And so it's extremely easy to plug and play. And the second thing that we are considering, but it's more of a later, like kind of a later play, because you have this cold start problem. We do have the ability, if you've got existing recordings or tools, we can ingest that and we've got that data. So you've already get insights off the bat. But the other play is that we can start to look at potentially anonymizing all of this data across industries, across personas, so that we can then look at serving that as a package for particular companies or personas that have that cold start problem. If I'm a new business entering fintech and I want to understand, trends around payment systems or open banking within Europe, great. We've got some preset data that could be anonymized and used, right? At this point in time, it's not something we do, just to be very clear. And obviously, we've got to ensure that it meets all of the privacy and data protection regulations, everything else. But that's a potential play in which we can support that cold
Yeah.
start.